here we are with Modifieds, brought to us by Kiwi Auto Spares, and we ought to say a big thank you to Elite Wheel Company for bringing us our stock cars before as well. So off the front row of the grid there, we got the 22 car of Hayden Corbett, and
who has the coolest trailer in the pits. You
yes.
get and have a look at that trailer, race fans. It's it's bagged and it lowers on hydraulics. It's awesome.
I haven't actually seen that one. I'm just going to have a look. Yeah, fantastic. So that's Hayden Corbett in the 22, and alongside him, who have we got there? The 48 car from Greymouth, that's Atama Holland. 69 is Andrew Nabin. The 54 is the former 1NZ Steve Thompson from Greymouth. We then go back to, gosh, I'm struggling to see some of those numbers there. They're quite small on the wings there.
Yeah,
the 8 of Hayden Mackay in the white car. The 82 is Steve Sinclair. The 32, of course, is Ian White from the Coast. And at the back, we've got Evan Nicol in the 13 car and the 24 of Dan Ray.
As we come out of turn 4, we will be racing. This is the first modified race of the season. They give it the big wally full and we're away. Oh, big wheel step with the 22. Sinclair looks down the outside, smoke billowing off the Atama Holland's car. He's managed to limp it up to the wall and get out of everyone's way. The race carries on, but he may not be able to get it to the infield. He's sitting up there at turn 2. As we go to yellow as we come on the front straight, so our race leaders get plenty of time to back off the throttle. And that'll go to a complete restart. So yeah,
clean pair of undies to Hayden Corbett's trailer, please.
To be fair, the car does run a fair bit of rear weight.
Yeah, yeah, right.
But Atama Holland, though, he's going to rejoin now. It is a complete restart, but whether or not they deem him the cause of the yellow, which is fair because he intentionally parked himself by the wall by the looks of it. So he has been signalled to the infield. He has. So of course all these drivers are running a one-way radio system. They from years past you had to sort of guess, and there's arms flailing and signs being waved at people, but now of course it only took us 20 years to get into the century. But yeah,
it's a one-way system, so that no matter how much the drivers swear inside the car, the referees just aren't going to hear it.
And of course the usual thing is you flail your arm out and show displeasure, but there's actually a rule now that states if you wave your arms outside the bodywork of your car, you can be fined. So
well, there you go.
We're learning self-control. And we are in the starter's hands. Do we do a big wheel stand again? We're certainly not credited well behind the 22 car. As Hayden Corbett leads us away. He was a lot gentler on the throttle that time there. And Steve Thompson, he's not gentle at all on his gear. He just drove straight around the outside like everyone was standing still. As Hayden Mackay in the 8 car, this is his second car, he's all over the back of the 69. He puts it to the outside, he moves into that 3rd place spot. It is the 54 car out in front at the moment. Mackay in the 8 car, he's all over Corbett, ducks up the inside. As Thompson's running away with it a bit at the moment. Mackay's got a bit of a battle along with Corbett, but it looks like Mackay might get the better of him. We go back to Ian White, just touches with Sinclair, gets all out of shape, gasses it through the infield, pulls back out in front of Evan Nicol. Oh, that'll be interesting. Thompson out in front, he is on the gas. Back to the Arbitec machine of Mackay. Corbett is there with Andrew Navin behind him. Sinclair's having a battle here with Dan Ray. Dan Ray's come off the back, and he has cut his way through here. If he gets past Sinclair, it puts him up in that top 45 spots. Thompson, he's in a league of his own. He's practicing for a New Zealand title, and he is right on the gas. Car sits very neutral. He's just absolutely given the 54 car all it's got. And he's going to pick up the 88 car of Philip Allen very quickly, almost like he's standing still. He goes around the outside of him through 3 and 4. As we head down the front straight, second still Mackay. The battle is in that mid-pack. Ian White's on the back of Ray. A little bit of smoke coming off the back of that Sinclair in the 82 machine. With Navin Corbett though, he's holding his own. But just looking at that differences, there is nearly 4 seconds between Mackay and Thompson, and over the 3rd place position on the track, there's over half a track between 1st and 3rd at the moment. White flag is out as the 54 went through, and that sounded a bit chunky, to be honest, just the way it was bouncing off the revs. But our race leader, he's already gone past the Value Cars Warehouse Grandstand. He's going to come through for the check-in. It is the 54, the MBD car of Stephen Thompson. The Arbitec machine of Hayden Mackay runs second. Getting all confused. My numbers are confusing me. And the MDS machine of Hayden Corbett for third. And that was our modifieds. Tony.
Indeed, Stephen Thompson basically picking up where he left off last season. He was very, very quick round here at Woodford Glen. And we've talked to him in a number of grades about near lap records. The lap record 15.38 in the modern era for modifieds, and he did a 15.47 during that race. So he is just right on that pace as well.
To be fair to some of the modified drivers, they got a race meeting in Greymouth last weekend.
Okay.
So a couple of them will be well and truly up to speed. Thompson clearly up to speed.
Yeah.
Hayden Mackay, just make mention of this car. This is his other spare car. He and his brother
I thought it might be.
had for a while. Of course, he says the Raceworks machine. This is the old 1NZ car of Tony Frost from 100 years ago. So,
right.
Still very, very capable machine though.
Yeah. Is that the one that scraped the wall around here at Woodford Glen in that infamous modified final?
It is.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, there's not a lot of the original car left underneath.
No, but it's still the same car. Fantastic. So well done, Stephen Thompson, coming all the way from Greymouth to win that modified race. Hayden Mackay second, Hayden Corbett third, Andrew Naiman, who's not a Hayden, came in fourth, Dan Ray was fifth, Steve Sinclair sixth, then Ian White, Eben Nicol, Tama Holland and Philip Allen rounding out the top 10. Next up is going to be our Super Stocks, and they're brought to us by L&J Cartage.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way.